What is going on, Imperial 40k gamers? It is Imperial 40k here, and today I have a bit of a different video for you guys. But before I jump into that, I'm just going to give you a quick update. Sorry about not uploading last weekend. I'm going to have two uploads for you today. It's going to be this video and another secret video you'll see. It'll probably be a gaming video, like video gaming. Anyway, I'll see how you guys like it. But for today's video, I've got something interesting for you guys. I've basically been going through the 40k rulebook, and I've been looking at all the game types, and I'm thinking, how can it be better? Like, I honestly think some of the game types aren't that great. A lot of the game types, like 3 of them, are pretty much just copies of the first one, which is Crusade. So I've gone in and I've kind of incorporated a bit of gaming game types with this as well, like video gaming. And I've kind of created my own, and I was just wondering what you guys would think about it. So, my first one is pretty much an adaptation of Crusade. It's very similar in almost every way. You know, you choose whatever army you want. The battlefield as big as you want. It just depends on size, really. Same with the thing. You know, roll a d3 to see how many objectives you get. The main difference is I didn't like how at the end of the game the scores would be tallied. It was like whoever just killed the other person more and was sitting at a certain area would win. So I've changed it up a bit. So what I've done is, for example, I've got a little 500 point game here. It's a bit less than 500. It's like 450. Anyway, I've put it on a 3 foot by 2 foot field. I've only got 3 objectives because it's only 500. I'd say 3 objectives for 500. For 500 to 1,000 points go 4, and 1,000 to 1,500 and over, I'd go 5 objectives. But it's basically the same, but instead of just killing the other person and then at the end of the game, you know, struggling to try and get onto the points right at the end, it accumulates throughout the game. So, for example, so we got 3 here. We got 1 objective here, 1 here, 1 here. So you got your 3 objectives evenly spaced on an asymmetric map. I suggest you put it on an asymmetric map. It might be a bit uneven otherwise. And basically, like I said, it's exactly like Crusade, but the points accumulate throughout the game. So, for example, within 2 inches of this, I'm making it 2. I think it might have been 3. But anyway, within 2 inches of this, same with the thing. If it's a troop selection, it counts as scoring. If it's not, it's a deny unit. So it's exactly the same as usual. But what I'm doing is, at the end... So, for example, for you to score a point is, let's say, turn 1. This squad doesn't move. Everyone else does. This counts as a troop. At the end of the movement phase, you count a turn, okay? And let's say the next phase, they have a turn. We come back to this phase, and they don't want to move because they're heavy units, but they're still within 2 inches of the objective. It would accumulate 1 point at the end of each movement phase. So for each turn that you're there, nobody contests it, and the unit doesn't die, or let's say the unit does die, but this troop selection is close or something, and they're still within 2 inches, that's fine. They accumulate 1 point. So throughout the game, for this one squad to sit on this point here, if they don't get touched and they stay alive the whole game and no one denies them, they could accumulate 5 up to 7 points a game. So it's kind of like that. It's like Domination if you've played like Call of Duty or Halo or any of these video games. So that's like my idea around it. So a way you can cancel that point is, let's say, okay, this turn these guys move here, but then the next turn there's a captain or something up here, and before they get back to this turn, this guy moves within denying range. Then next turn they wouldn't be able to get the point because within that turn's time something was denying them or the unit was removed. So something like that. But another way you can still get points is, even if this squad's wiped out, let's say there's another troop selection within 2 inches and nobody's denying it, you'll still get that point, even though the original squad that was there might have been taken out or whatever. So if you're kind of catching my drift, that's my first game type. I was just pondering upon myself, which is just to try and improve it more. And for secondary objectives, I don't have First Blood or Line Breaker, because to do Line Breaker, it's practically capturing their objective. So that should be a reward. You shouldn't get extra points just for line breaking. And I've taken out First Blood because it's something that only one team can get. And in a game mode like this, it could be very pivotal. You can play it if you want, but I chose not to. So the only one I'm playing is Slay the Warlord to get an extra point, because that could, mean everything when it comes down to the wire. So that's pretty much it, guys, for the 3 objectives. And for my second one, it's an adaptation of the relic. Okay, so the relic's the only main really different one in this rulebook. So it's kind of similar. So let's just take these objectives out so I can kind of show you without knocking the battlefield around. If you can also see from the video, guys, I've created some more terrain. So I've kind of just got that old thing, I've cut it up. So I've just got more terrain now. I've got a new wall. I finished the other trench. You know, stuff like that. So let's say we got capture the relic. So I got my own little relic here. It's basically just Space Marine spare parts. You know, things that are worth, like plasma guns and, you know, the crest there. So let's say it's capture the relic. It's similar to the relic in all the rules. So, you know, you come within contact of it, you are now carrying it. You cannot move more than 6 inches, even when you're in a transport. Just follow the rules of all that. The only thing I want you to change is it's not at the end of the game. Like I said, it's accumulating throughout the game. So what I was thinking is, first of all, we have a base at each side. So each player has an evenly spread out base on either side of the map. So let's say, we won't put it right at the back. Let's say I've got a base here, and because it's asymmetric, he's got a base here. And the objective is to get to the relic, come within base contact of it, and take it back to your base to then score a point. Okay? So I haven't completely figured out how to play this game type out. I was thinking maybe after each point scored, it resets instantly. And then, but I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out little fine-tuning bits of it, like maybe at the end of the complete phase of that person, if they're still within 2 inches of base and they're holding it, then they score a point rather than in the movement phase, because otherwise they can just double lap and stuff like that. So that was my other, or even if this was a bit too hard, like let's say it was a bigger map and it's a bit hard to do that, I was thinking maybe you just take it back to your spawn zone. So, you know, you got 12 inches either side. So if you just take it anywhere within your deployment zone, which would be here back for the Space Marines, you get a point and then it resets. Or you just get a point and it's done. So those are my 2 game types, guys. First one was control points, I'm calling it, and the second one is capture the relic. Very similar, they're pretty much just adaptations of it. But I'd just like to know what you guys think. Tell me if you can play this in your games. I'd really like to hear if it works or not, or whether you think it could use improvement in other ways, or extra rules it might need for it to work. Just comment down below and tell me what you guys think. Thanks very much for watching the video, guys. I should have another video up for you guys today. This is Imperial 40K signing out.